Okay, cool. Okay. What's up with the bees? So, the story of Dead Rising says that sometime, I forget how long before this game takes place, but sometime before this game takes place, some idiots down down kind of like on the Mexico border, I think, something like that. Some, United States government types were trying to find a way to make American beef last longer. And so their solution was to make it into zombie beef. So that way, if cows died or something like that, I guess the idea was that they would still be viable food. So they infected them with some sort of like insect bee hornet thing. And the larva of the hornet is what would kind of keep things alive afterwards. The problem is it didn't work very well, and it turns out that the larvae were very good at infecting humans, thus zombies. And the zombie, so the zombies infested that entire community and killed a ton of people. One of the members of that community, name of Carlito Keys, decided that he wanted to punish the United States, so he released the zombies and the bees into Willamette, Colorado, as kind of a punishment for it. And he and his sister kind of became, well, he kind of became a terrorist, his sister not so much. And reporter Frank West reported on it, saved a bunch of people in that outbreak in that mall, and that was the story of Dead Rising 1. Towards the end of Dead Rising 1, we learned what happened, and we also learned that Isabella Keys was a nurse, and because Frank West got infected, she had a reason to try to figure out how to save him. So she found that by using queens, the queen bee, that sometimes comes out of zombies, they could make a temporary cure, and that's what turned into Zombrex. So, turns out, and then also at the same time, Carlito kind of realized that he wasn't going to be able to get anywhere by just releasing zombies inside of Wilmette, Colorado. So he infected a shitload of young kids and released them in dozens of places around the United States. So, long story short, what you should take of this is that Carlito was a total tit. I need to go get some healing items, and I need to make some more gloves, and then we're going to leave. So, Carlito was an asshole, a complete and total douchebag, and that's kind of the idea. So, lots of outbreaks happened over the years. The government got pretty good at putting them down, but at the end of the day, it still leaves a bunch of outbreaks at all times. So, you know, Zombrex is becoming a thing, but it's really expensive, shit like that. And it's just causing some major issues. Not good. So it turns out that apparently, because because the United States government is getting better at putting down the zombie outbreaks and is helping people, Zombrex isn't selling as well as it used to. So the company behind Zombrex has decided that they would force this outbreak as a way to test their new gas. Not only to create some additional victims, that way they could sell more Zombrex, but to test a gas that would make it more likely that a bee would spawn inside of a zombie, which apparently has like an 80% effective rate. So they can create more outbreaks and therefore create more Zombrex, but also create more victims that would need Zombrex. So, yeah, so apparently Sullivan is headed over here to the roof of the Yucatan. So the entire story of Dead Rising 2 is that this company engineered this entire thing. Chuck just so happened to just be the guy that they chose as the patsy. Chuck was the fall guy. And that's really all that happened. Sullivan has been working for them the entire time, and, you know, he's kind of who set all this up. And we are mostly just making our way through this area, heading towards the final boss. Yeah, Sullivan just kind of effectively made most of this happen on his own. You guys are in the way. Rebecca is dead. So she was going to call for rescue for all of us, and Sullivan shot her in the head.
You're behind this. You killed all these people for money. After everything that's happened, that's what you think?
Yes.
The money's secondary. We're trying to save lives here, Chuck.
Yep, Rebecca is very dead.
Saving lives? What the hell are you talking about? Come on. We had to take the necessary steps to ensure a consistent supply. We can't make the drug without Queens, Chuck.
Yeah, Rebecca was about to call her, news organization, let them know what was going on, you know, blame the drug maker, and then also call in for, evac for the survivors, and Sullivan just shot her in the head. So she's very dead.
Whatever happened to do no harm, Sullivan? Open your eyes, Chuck. Do you have any idea how many people are affected in this country? Doctors, politicians, CEOs. Some of our country's best are infected. Even your little girl, Chuck. What would happen to your cute little time bomb if she didn't get her drug?
So,
Fortune City was a small price to pay to ensure our country's way of life. You murdered these people. Acceptable losses. This wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last. You bastard. You did it. You caused the Vegas outbreak, too, didn't you?
which is where Chuck's wife got killed.
Destroyed my family. Everything that we have done has been absolutely necessary.
Okay, so this is the final boss of Dead Rising 2. Well, of the Dead Rising 2 main storyline. Sullivan. Now, Sullivan is a hell of a hand-to-hand fighter. Also, he has an AC, or not an AC-130, but he has a plane around who will occasionally shoot missiles. Like that. Sullivan also has this obnoxious habit of knocking you off the platform. And he's freaking edge guarding, too. Whoops. So what we're gonna do, whenever I'm allowed to here, is pop that. Okay, I was supposed to be guarding that. And that, actually. And I'm just gonna fall off again, because that's what Sullivan does. Sullivan's main thing is he just knocks you off the arena. And occasionally the missiles actually come down and they break the floor, and Sullivan tries to knock you, and now I'm off the arena again. So the arenas will break the floor, and Sullivan will knock you into the hole below. Yeah, Sullivan does not want me comboing on him, because my knife gloves kill Sullivan very quickly. And off the arena again. There was a orange juice over here that I was actually going to go for. It is now gone. Because missiles do things to items. Sullivan also has a gun, by the way. So I don't want to leave him up here by himself for a while. Ow. He actually almost killed me. So, Sullivan, I was a little bit prepared for you, bitch. Oh, well. And off the arena again. You say that, buddy. You're not leaving. You are dying like a bitch. Okay, and that is Sullivan. GG, Sullivan. So, there's another missile. So it looks like Sullivan's just fine. I don't know. I thought I beat him, but apparently a bunch of knives to the face didn't work. Also, he has multiple guns. He has some sort of agent or something.
We're the good guys, Chuck. Not you.
About that. That's not how this works, bud. Have a nice day, Sullivan. Just cut his legs out from underneath him. Also, here's the phone.
Channel 6 Action News. This is Chuck Greene. You want the scoop of a lifetime? There's a bunker full of survivors in Fortune City. And I've got the proof of what happened here. I need rescue choppers, and I need them right now.
Okay. So, there's a reason I needed to not dawdle. And that reason is about to show up.
Have you seen my daughter? What about Stacy?
Okay, so this is ending S. So this is, I did everything, did every case, did everything I needed to get the best possible ending.
We can't wait any longer. Get back on the chopper.
I have to find my daughter. Go!
It's a very empty bunker. The safe house doesn't feel as safe. Oh no. It's the girl's backpack. It's her little puff puff backpack. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna skip the ending credits because I'm gonna get content ID matched on them. Okay, so that's ending S. However, once you achieve ending S, the next cutscene launches.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a survivor. He's a hero. Do we even need to ask what he'll do?
TK?
Thanks for the Zombrex, Chucky.
Yep, if you didn't give TK Zombrex, you do not get ending S, you get ending A.
Sure is cute. For now. Oh, and that sweet little piece of ass you've been shacking up with?
Tasty.
Yep, he's got both of them.
If you hurt them, you ready for overtime, Chucky?
It's the best part of the show, and we just get started. I have something you want, and now you're gonna get me something I want.
Oh yeah. You're gonna put in some work for TK.
He talks so slow. Okay, so we defeated, the asshole, but the problem is there's another asshole, and this asshole wants us. So I don't really get much of a choice. I gotta go do what he wants, and he wants me to go collect up a bunch of items that implicate him as, the villain behind all of this. So we gotta go get a bunch of items for him. I'm gonna try to do a couple of things while we go here, but we are still under a time limit here. So I gotta kind of go. Oh, and zombies? Still very much a thing. So, Overtime makes its return from Dead Rising 1. Dead Rising 1 Overtime really didn't have zombies. They fixed that in Dead Rising 2, so there is still a threat going on here. Ow. Where does it want me to go? Oh, I know where it wants me to go. Okay. So again, we're going to get a bunch of things that would normally implicate TK and make it seem like he was here doing things he shouldn't have been. So we're going to get rid of them. Number one is the compromising photo. Now I got to go get him a gift basket. Now the good news is none of these items that we're picking up take up any space in my inventory. And I'm going to just kind of grab what I can while I can. Okay, what's in here? Lizard mask. Okay, so we never made this one, so I'm going to go ahead and make this one right now. So here's the fountain lizard. I'm not a tremendously big fan of this weapon. Because all it does is this. So it tracks all the nearby zombies. Can this go in my inventory? No, it's too big. So yeah, it's just a noisemaker. Just attracts zombies. That's all it does. It's one of the reasons why I don't bother using it. Come on. You shouldn't let me past. So now we get to hear TK's fabulous voice as we make our way through this area. How did you grab me? Can you not make this little girl scream, please? Well, that was a bounce. Man. So really, all Overtime is it's just running around and just dealing with zombies as we go. So nothing incredibly exciting, sadly. Let's see what we got. Cement saw. We did make the IED, so I'm not going to bother making that right now. Just trying to see if there's anything, you know, particularly interesting that we can make. I am going to need a 2x4 for a thing I'm going to make later on. Thankfully, for most of these zombies, I get to just kind of completely ignore them. Which makes my life significantly easier. So, we're going to find the gift basket right back here. Hi, friends. Here's the gift basket. So, then we want the expensive champagne. Still trying to figure out where to find a machete. Let's see, is there I think I'm gonna grab a hold of this. Well, the problem is a bunch of innocents got out, right? So a bunch of people did escape that could implicate TK, and several of us actually know it was, that TK was involved. So TK needs to not be implicated. Okay, I'm pretty sure we already did make this one, but I'm going to make this one more time just to be safe. So, paddle saw. I'm actually not a big fan of the paddle saw, so we're not really going to use it. But, it's the paddle saw. It's probably the most famous out of all of them. I'm going to go ahead and drop that because I don't care about it anymore. But there is an item up here I need. Yeah, it's on the cover. Like, that's how big of a deal it was. So I actually need this thing. We're also going to go ahead and pop into this shop. So these guys are still selling stuff. I'm going to spend $2 million to buy the SUV key. And now I have access to the SUV. So the problem is, I need to find a battery somewhere. We got a battery inside here, maybe? Am I lucky? No, there's no battery in this one. I don't know where I'm going to find a battery. Oh, it wants me to go this way? Oh, it wants me to go in here. Okay. So I've been here before. There was no battery here last time I was here. I'm gonna go... We may... Ah, crap. Especially given the issues we're going on here, I may not make... Ah, crap. I may not make this item now. Especially given how hard this is going to be. So we might wait on that one instead. I'm trying to remember if this is a set spawn... Ooh. Leave me alone. Trying to remember if this is a place where batteries are. No. Okay. So we're going to place a machete. And we're also going to combine that. Yeah, the ball's a set spawn. I don't know about the battery, though. So now we have this thing. I'm going to grab a Bowie knife as well. So I'm just gonna throw that there because I don't like that item, but we needed to make it. Oh, crap. You suck. So, I forget how you actually are supposed to use this. Oh, here you go. That's how you use that. Okay. Here, take that, please. Thank you. Okay. So I got rid of the Hella Blade, which was something that's been on my list for a while. Is there not a mixer in here? There is no mixer in here. Well, that's annoying. Really? Take this many hits to break this thing? Interesting. Okay. So we paid $2 million to get these keys. So the SUV is kind of awesome because it can carry up to 3 survivors with you. So, you know, we had that. I never really used this entrance. So this gets me into here. Unfortunately, there's really nothing in here. Am I able to... Yeah. Do we actually have any? No, there's no money in those. Okay. Yeah, unlike the other vault that I can get into, there's no money in this one. Not sure why. I need healing items. We don't really have... Here's a magazine for games, which makes gaming items last a little bit longer. Drink a cocktail. I think I can drink one more cocktail without having a problem. Ah, right. There's a bar right there. Cool. Let's go make some healing items. Because I'm still going to need to heal, even though we're in overtime mode. In overtime mode, there are no survivors. There are no psychopaths except for the one. Hi. Do that, and do that. So we made the randomizer. You don't want to use the randomizer. Basically just makes you throw up. Yeah, they were just gonna leave. Okay, the Case of Queens is kind of an annoying one to go after because the Case of Queens is actually it's actually in the underground again. Okay. We still need about $4 million, by the way. Still need quite a lot of money.